It's showtime, baby. Let's go. Woo! Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trennepohl. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of
Midwest Best, baby. They got Uno wings. They got G-Funk. They got CTB wings. They got delicious chili. Dude, it is awesome. Go check out Midwest Best.
Like I said, go check it out. Midwest Best is delicious. So we got the Super Bowl coming up here. So I recommend you go and get your chicken wings, your pulled pork sandwiches, all that stuff from Midwest Best, and everybody will absolutely love your Super Bowl spread because they got delicious, delicious food. Go check it out. What's up to everybody checking the show out? I'm live streaming on ZTV, YouTube, Facebook, X, Rumble, and if you're listening on the podcast, it's on BeanPod, Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcasts. Please make sure you hit the thumbs up, hit the subscription, share the show out so more people can join the show. And as always, I'm coming to you live from this glorious place down here. It's the Ice Cave. The Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And you know what? We hit the jackpot when we drafted Joe Burrow. I think we hit the jackpot when we got Graham Ashcraft too. But yeah, maybe I'm just, kissing his butt. I don't know. Anyway, make sure you go get the Jackpot Joey stuff. We're going to New Orleans next year. We're going to win the Super Bowl. Not only are you supporting the best quarterback in the league, you're also supporting his foundation because a portion of the proceeds go to the Joe Burrow Hunger Relief Foundation. What is up to everybody in the chat? So my question was, to start the show, is how many wins is Graham Ashcraft going to have this year? We got 13 wins. We got 14 wins. Brad says we're going to win the World Series. Chandler Cinder says, woo! Johnny Passman boy's in there. Sorry, I didn't get all these up before the show started because things are going on. But anyway, what is up to everybody? And yes, you are correct. Thank you for reminding me. Tomorrow, I am launching my Patreon. You guys can go there. I'm going to have my first exclusive interview tomorrow. It's going to be on there with John Sadak, the Reds broadcaster. So go to my Patreon. It's only $3. I'll do some cool stuff on there. Make sure you check it out. I would greatly appreciate it. Anyway, let's get to my first co-host of the day. He's from the Riverfront. He's Joe Farsing. Joe, what's going on, man?
Do I get a discount to your Patreon?
Yes, the same discount I get to yours.
That's fair. That's fair. 0.0% off. Awesome.
Exactly.
Let's go. Hey, I'm excited. We are a week away, less than a week away from pitching catchers reporting.
Ready to go, baby.
I know I do a Bengals podcast, but I'm a bigger Reds fan at heart. And dude, I'm ready. It's 65 degrees outside right now. Like it's baseball time. Let's freaking go.
Let's freaking go. By the way, let's get to the man who's just lounging in his hotel room. He's just chilling. He's the Red starting pitcher. He's Graham Ashcraft. Graham, what's up, my man?
How's it going?
Good. I just realized that I did not send the right link to the Reds Daily. That's why he's not on. So,
that'll show him.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, take that. So, Graham, been a little while since we've seen you. Anything new happening? You kill any more deer? You got your arm better? What's going on, my man?
Killed a couple more ducks and already out here in AZ, kind of getting things underway. So
awesome. So how are things going out there?
besides from it feels like we're in Florida with the amount of rain we've got in the past couple of days.
It never rains in Arizona, though, I thought.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. But right now, I think they kind of got it backwards with the climates for spring training.
Oh, my God. That is sorry, I'm sending the link here
No, you're good.
to Mason, so hopefully he can jump on. Yeah, so that is weird because I think I heard Marty Brenneman say on Off the Bench that it rained there more in like 2 days than it's rained in like nine months there or something like that.
It doesn't surprise me. I mean, it has rained a lot. I mean, I got here Tuesday and I drove in, and I mean, all the way from Flagstaff down, it was snowing up there and raining down at the bottom of the mountain.
I wish it sounds like a woman. It can't make up its mind if it's the snow or what's the rain. I'm not sure what's going on. So, Joe, what do you got, man?
First things, happy early birthday, man. Your birthday's in a couple days.
Yeah, it's this Sunday. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Happy birthday to Graham. Oh.
Jeff's going to do the Marilyn Monroe, like popping out of a cake, all sultry. Happy birthday, Mr. Ashcraft.
I don't think anybody would see that ever. I think that would be bad.
That's the last episode of Strawberry Ice.
Shoot, I already got demonetized from YouTube. They're just going to totally kick me off now after that. Just a sad Reds fan and sad Bengals fan said, wanted to meet you at Reds Fest to get an autograph card, but I thought you had to pay to see you. Not at Reds Fest, they didn't, did they?
I honestly, I don't know how that works. I just go to the booth and do what I'm told.
Lines. Jump in line.
I just happened to run into you with you and Chris Welch, and it still cracks me up. I'm like, hey, Graham, how you doing? I'm Jeff. I do a podcast. You're like, hey, I'm Graham. I'm like, I know who you are. I'm like, I know. I've heard of you before.
Why you had a jersey on? That way you can tell who he is.
Right. Well, he did. Yeah, exactly. Well, I got a jersey on, but none of the jerseys I have ever say my name. So, all right, we're getting ready. Are you ready, like fired up? Are you itching to get this thing going?
I mean, especially kind of being out for that like month and a half ish.
Yeah.
Like I'm chomping at the bit. I'm ready to go. I know a lot of the other guys are, but it's just being right there, knowing we're days away from getting going. It's going to be a fun year, especially knowing all the talent and stuff that we have coming in and coming back, and guys that just a lot of guys feel like we got a little leftover business that we got to take care of. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You were 2 games short of making the playoffs, and the team that got in there instead of the Reds was the Diamondbacks, and they actually made the playoffs. And that's the thing, dude. It's like, I know it's 162 games, but dude, every game counts, and I'm really hoping you guys get off to a good start this year, because I really do think the games in April matter as much as the games in September. I mean, they do. I mean, there's more pressure probably in September because you got to make the playoffs, yada. But you got to start off quick because I just put it this way, because I always remember the 1990 team, which is my favorite team ever. I was 15 then, and they got off to like a 15-0 start or something like that. It was ridiculous, and they ran away with the division. So I mean,
you got to think about like Tampa last year. They started off, what was it, like 25 or 27-0 or something like that.
They had a crazy start. And that's the thing. Like the 90 Reds, they actually were under 500 after the All-Star break. Right. But they had such a huge lead that it was kind of, I don't say irrelevant, but I mean, they had that cushion where they could coast down the stretch. Yeah. And it's the last couple of years, the starts have been slow for the Reds. So, I mean, the city's absolutely going to be jacked for the season to start. It would be awesome just to see, just get out and just get a lead. And especially with, the division's up for grabs this year. No one has made any huge moves. You guys have the most amount of talent. I think just top to bottom. I mean, a lot of it is, I don't want to say unproven, but younger talent that,
they got to make sure they can do it again.
Have the So who are you excited to see? Is the guys that just guys that you've been with for the last couple of years? Or are there any youngsters like Louder and Ty Floyd, the guys that just got drafted, that you're looking forward to seeing down there?
Looking forward to meeting the guys and getting to see what type of players they are, what type of people they are, and just kind of see the vibes from the guys, because hearing about them and all that does good, but at the end of the day, getting to actually talk with them and just see who they are, that's what helps us out a lot, at least learn each other. But and then of course, I mean, all the guys that I've played with, I mean, it can't wait to get back with them just because it feels you spend so many days with each other. You know, it just feels like a family. So
Right.
you
It's
want
like a
to you
family
want to be
reunion.
able, yeah, you're just getting back with the boys to hang out. That's
Exactly. Jared got a question here for you. He said, Graham, can you talk about the changes from the first half and the second half of the season? I guess that he means the changes that you made from the first half to the second half of the season.
yeah. So changes. I mean, there really wasn't much other than because we talked about it last time. Like whenever I had that little 8-game stretch, that there was just some stuff that I was dealing with, and I was tipping a little bit and things like that. And I mean, I would say the tipping had a big effect because whenever we found that out, and we kind of cut the tipping out and found something that was not really the other teams weren't able to really pick up on like what pitches were coming unless they were just
Right.
sitting it. And I mean, that helped tremendously. And then just getting after the strike zone. I mean, that's the biggest thing. If you can go out and command the zone,
Right.
doesn't matter if you're punching guys out or getting ground ball outs, as long as you're beating the bat, like it doesn't matter. So if you can just go out and pound the zone, that's really all you need to do.
So how did you? Well, not that I'm asking what you did, what the tip was, because I don't want to get any secrets out there. But how hard was it to figure out your tipping pitch? Is it something that you had always done, or is it something that you just kind of developed, and didn't even realize you were doing it?
It was just something I didn't even realize I was doing, and I mean, it was just a little like glove movement. Like once I came set, like could be whether it was like turned a certain way or it was closer to my body or further away from my body or something like that. Like it can be like those small things that teams can find and pick out, and they have you. Like they know, okay, every time he's right here, he's going to be throwing a slider. Every time he's right here, he's going to be throwing a fastball.
Dude, how would you like to have that job to sit there? That would drive me nuts, dude. My AD would be like, nope.
Dude, that's the thing. There's some guys that are so good at it. Like for instance, like in-game stuff, Wade Miley is one of the best that picks up in-game stuff. Like he'll sit there and see something and relay it, and it's on point with it. It's crazy.
That's awesome, dude. That's something. Like I said, I don't have the attention span to do that. And I love baseball, but the thing is, baseball is such a mental game, and we're talking about that yesterday on yesterday's show with the author of the book here, Baseball Confidential, how much of the mental game is, and he talked about the mound visits and stuff that you guys do, and sometimes it's just to get out there and just to get your mind off the situation and reset and refocus. What is one of the funniest or that you're allowed to say anyway, funniest or unique mound visit you've ever had?
I would say the funny ones are like when there's days where, like, say I'm having like weak contact, nobody's hitting the ball hard, but it's just like weak ground ball after weak ground ball or weak flare after weak flare drops or gets through a hole or something like that. And it's like, you're filling the zone up and you're throwing good. And then like by the third inning, say you're at X amount of pitches and DJ comes out and he goes, yeah, just one of those days,
You're like, yeah.
I'm like, yep, can't do crap about it.
So what is it like what those days like a day like that when your arm is not there? I mean, I've had Bronson Arroyo on here before, and he just and you guys are totally different pitches from Bronson. Bronson can throw from sidearm and up here and flip up sliders and curveballs and all that stuff. How is it to get your arm through that when your arm doesn't feel great? And most of the time you probably go out there, you don't feel the best after you've pitched 100 innings, 85 innings, or however many innings it is. How do you get yourself through that to find the right slot for your arm, the right grip, or is it different from start to start?
I mean, it's different from start to start because you're always dealing with something. Like you'll have days where you'll feel great, and then you'll have 3 games after that to where there's something that's always tight or sore or whatever. But I mean, the biggest way to get through it is like after we build up through spring and stuff, and you get into the games, like you know what you feel is right when it comes to your body, and so kind of how to like tweak something here or there. Right. But on days when you don't have your stuff, and it's just like, all right, my slider's just not moving today, or if this pitch isn't doing what it normally does, it's that when it comes down to that, it's just like, all right, I had to rely on my other pitches to get me through this, but I also still have to show this to let them know, like, hey, you can't eliminate it because it still might be there. And like I've had games to where my slider was terrible for the first 3 innings, but then after that, it was back to how it normally is and was dialed in.
Now, is that from you making adjustments, or just it just happens?
It's adjustments that you don't really realize you're doing. It's just like whether it's your arm times up better at release point or something mechanically to where you're like maybe you're staying closed a little bit longer, allowing your hand to get to the place it needs to be for the pitch to make the movement and the shape better.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, sometimes you have it and sometimes you don't.
Right.
Like I've had days where
I ain't got shit today. It ain't gonna work.
Yeah, I have had days where I've gone out there and it's like all I have today is the cutter, and it's like let's just hope everything goes on the ground.
You got to be Mariano Rivera. All you got's the cutter that day.
Yeah.
So how hard is it to stay out of your own head when you're out there of when it's not going good? Because when it's going good, I think you're just locked in. And you're going, but when it's not going, is all right. What am I doing here? What, like your foot placement, your arm, there's so many things that for me would go through my mind. I'd probably drive myself freaking nuts to be throwing the ball all over the place.
Yeah. Now when you get to that point, that's when it's like over processing everything. Because like everybody has those games, like whether it's whenever you have them a lot when you're early on in your career, and some people still have them later, but some guys I'm sure have kind of mastered their bodies well enough that they don't really think about stuff when it comes to that. But like I've had those days to where like I get mechanical because we were like, say I was working on something in the bullpen,
right,
and then go into the game, and then I don't feel like I'm doing it right, and so I start thinking about it. Well, whenever I start thinking about that stuff on the mound, my pitching goes just drastically, and that's just one of those things. Like it's hard to like not think about, but the more you can kind of keep that thought process out of your mind in game and just kind of be like, all right, screw it. I'm working with what I got.
Yeah. Just effing throw it.
Yeah.
just throw it.
It's like one of the best lines in Bull Durham is "Don't think meat, it hurts the team."
Yeah. Right. Exactly. And that's the God's honest truth.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta throw, and quit thinking about it so much. I mean, it's sometimes it's that easy.
Yeah, like I'm one of those guys, like it works a lot better for me if I go out there and I'm not thinking about what I'm doing. Like I'm thinking about like my pitch process of like what I want to throw this guy.
Right.
But other than that, like mechanically, all that stuff, I just let my body take over at that point because that's all I can do.
So sometimes you be out of the mound going, what the hell did I say on that Strawberry Ice podcast? All right, got that question here. Question for Graham. Who was the batter you were most afraid to pitch to? None of them. He ain't scared of nobody.
Yeah, none of them.
Who's one that I guess is a better way to put it? Who's one that has been hard to get out? Because everybody's got that one batter that's like, no matter what I do, I have a hard time getting them out. But you're not scared of them, but you just have a hard time getting them out.
I would say my top two like hardest ABs that I've had against me would be Paul Goldschmidt, because I feel like he just fouls everything off. He battles in the box.
He's a pain in the ass.
He's a good player, man.
Ronald Acuna.
Okay.
Because he does the same thing. Like if he's not on it, he's gonna foul it straight back.
There you go. What do you got, Joe?
I forget what I was gonna say. And I don't think I asked this of you last time, but what is more irritating, giving up like someone absolutely just obliterating something, like you leave a meatball, you leave a slider up out of the plate, a hang one, and they obliterate it 450 feet, or you throw your pitch, like you get it right into a spot where you want to do, and they just hit this little blooper or a little text league that just finds a hole. What makes you want to just scream and throw shit at people?
Throw it right at somebody's neck.
So I have given up a home run at Great America that was 87 miles an hour. I would much rather someone
scraper.
clear the stadium and hit it 500 feet off me than to hit one that doesn't even break 90 and barely goes over the fence.
Like,
I would
that's
much
soft
rather
contact.
somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
but-
GABP home run right there.
Yeah.
You don't get that
Yeah,
anywhere else.
but like I mean, I would. It pisses me off more if somebody does that, because like
Right.
I give up soft contact hits, like whether it's like a little flare or a soft ground ball through the infield, just because that's the type of pitcher I am. So like
Yeah.
that doesn't upset me, because like I think of it more as like if they keep it in the yard and it's not like a weak fly ball in the outfield. If it's like a fisted flare or like a broken bat like single or whatever, I'm like, okay, I beat you. You just got lucky.
Right. That mentally you can deal with that a little bit more. All right,
Yeah.
Brad Anderson, Graham, when the catcher comes out, is it just to give you a break most of the time, or are you guys actually discussing strategy?
It depends. If it's a pinch hitter, he comes out, and that's more so of like when you're talking to him about like, okay, well, this guy likes to go this and this, so I think we need to go, like, we need to focus more on hammering away than in, whatever. But if it's in between, if it's in the middle of an inning and like say like walked a guy and gave up a hit, then they come out, that's kind of just like like they come out to kind of give you a reset to let you kind of think back through what you're doing and things like that.
Exactly. All right, let's see here. Jared here. How important was the mental skill coach? I saw that was added last year and was very interested in hearing your thoughts as a pitcher.
I mean, I would say it helps a lot. Like, I mean, you don't really understand or realize the like mental fortitude that the game like tolls on you, you know?
Right.
But like when you have somebody to sit there and talk to like about your process and how you can make it better, or how you can like kind of dial your focus, like once you get to the field, like kind of change to where the outside world doesn't like affect you once you get in.
Right.
And just gives you like little ticks to kind of go through that can help you lock it in on the game. And I mean, it's a big part of it. I mean, it's just like anything. Like if you can have something to where once you get to work and it kind of, you go from thinking of everything that you've had happen to you or whatever,
Right.
like say you got cut off by somebody in traffic going to work, and then you get to work when you're still going to be pissed off about that. Well, you need to be able to let it go, right?
Right, exactly.
It shouldn't harp on you that long.
Exactly. All right.
I mean,
Well, he's sorry to cut you off there, but Reds Daily has finally made it. He got his technical issues in, so let's bring him in. There he is. What's up?
How's it going, guys?
How's it going?
What's up, Mason? Mason? Graham, Mason. You guys know each other?
Yeah, we've talked.
All right. So, Graham, I know one thing I want to ask you. Since it's Super Bowl week, and I know you're not. There you're back. I know you're not the football fan, but your wife is. So I got to talk. I want to hear from the expert in the Ashcraft family. Who have you talked to her? Who she got this week? Is she think Chiefs or 49ers or?
We haven't really talked about it. I don't know. I mean, I would think that she would say the 49ers just because of the Brock Purdy story, because I think I mean, it'd just be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know who she'd pick.
Well, as a Bengals fan, I hope they both lose. But, I don't think that's actually possible, because the 49ers beat the Bengals for 2 Super Bowls when I was a kid, and I hate the freaking Queefs. So you actually call them the Queefs, and you call them the Sucky Niners is what you call them. That's their official name.
My wife just texted me, and she said, anyone that beats Patrick.
There you go. Yes. Yes. I knew I liked her. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Exactly. All right, Mason. You got anything you want to ask Graham here?
Yeah, Graham, can you help me fix my laptop so I can get on the show at a good time next time? We'll start there. No, hey, I appreciate last week, hopping on there with Reds Focus, and we did a giveaway last week, guys, with some autograph cards of his, and he actually picked his favorite comment on the video, and they won some autograph cards, so
Sweet.
pretty cool.
Nice.
Sweet. Yeah, we're going to give away some more autograph cards today. Here, you got to go to ZTV Online. We already cut it off, so the names are already in. We got to do the wheel of names. We'll do that here. Yeah, but you stay watching the show a little bit before we tell you who wins. There's the cards right there.
Yeah.
So,
Backwards.
there you go.
There we are. So
Awesome. All right, let's see here. Let's go to my boy here, Chandler. He said, who puts the best fight against you on the team?
We talking fisticuffs?
We talking fisticuffs? Yeah, I'm like, what are you talking? You guys doing WWE style, or what are we talking here? I maybe he means more like I guess batting practice, or I don't know what the hell he's talking about, to be honest.
I'm about to say we don't do live batting practice.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. He'll have to answer that or give the. Oh yeah, he said batting. Well, you kind of answered that. Who was your toughest AB and Goldschmidt?
So let me ask, kind of piggyback off. Who would you least like to face on the Reds right now?
There you go.
You want my honest answer?
Well, let's get your honest answer and your fake answer.
I mean, I'm not afraid to face anybody.
Right.
We'll say, who do you think would give you the
most
a tough at bat? I've got my guess, but
I would say, like, for righties. I see it's hard. It's hard because each guy, like, I know everybody, so I can kind of like
right
deep dive into it. But I would say either TJ or maybe Steer or McLean.
Steer, I think, because Steer is such a consistent hitter. That's what I think he would drive you nuts, because he doesn't swing at bad balls, and he's a very good just contact guy. So that's where I think, yeah. Who would you think, Joe? Who'd you have in mind?
I was gonna say either Steer or McLean, because Steer seems like a guy who's just absolutely just going to keep fouling balls up and waiting for you to hang something or just kind of try to get something over to get ball in play. And McLean's so small and that strike zone is so tiny, he'd be able to take something, just wait you out and take a good pitch. I mean,
I got a question for Joseph. This is he said, do you have a favorite pregame meal that you go to? Like, do you eat chicken like Wade Boggs did, before every game?
Joey's Canadian, so the correct answer is poutine. Just so you know.
Oh, poutine. Okay, my bad.
Yeah,
my bad. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Graham's like, what the hell did I get myself into on this?
But I don't really eat before my games. I would say the night before, my go-to meal is normally like chicken fettuccine or chicken Alfredo or something like that.
Yeah, I was watching a thing on MLB Network with Dave Stewart, and he said the same thing. He didn't eat before the game, which I don't, dude. That to me, I mean, I'm a fat guy, so I eat all the time. But I don't understand. I don't understand how you can go play a game, especially a pitcher, because you're constantly in motion and using up carbs and all that stuff. Like, I don't know how you do that, but hey.
Well, that's why I eat the pasta the night before,
right.
And then I mean, I'll have a smoothie when I get to the field, a protein-filled smoothie. But other than that, I don't eat.
I got you.
I just can't do it.
I got you. So, when how important is it to you? And which I hope that you get this honor sometime, because Reds opening day is a holiday here. Well, how important it is to you to someday get that start at Reds opening day? Would that be would that mean a lot to you? Does that mean more to you than if you're playing for another team?
Here's my thing with that. At least being with the Reds, I would love to have the opening day start. I would if it got offered to me, I wouldn't say no.
Right.
Obviously, but I don't know, being a part of the Reds parade and getting to see all the fans and everybody come out, that experiencing that last year, that was so cool. I feel like that just kind of makes the beginning of season that much sweeter, getting to be a part of that.
Well, we're thinking about trying to do some kind of live broadcast down there from the banks or the AC. So, after the parade, you can just jump on over to the set and come say hi to us, if you feel like it. Just not to put you on the spot or anything, Graham, but if you just want to come over and say, hey, it'd be all right.
Well, it just depends on the time, because
right.
we have that, and then we have to do the kids walk through where we go hand out signed the little softballs for the kids,
right.
And all that.
So how fun is the second night when you guys go through the red carpet and do the kids stuff and all, because that's the second night if I remember right.
Yeah.
How fun is that? That just seems
That
like a cool thing.
that is awesome. Like seeing those little kids just lined up, and I mean the smiles on their face when you give them, like especially the last kid when you hand to sign the backpack and hand it out.
Right.
Like the smile on their face when they get that bag, it warms your heart just seeing that.
That's awesome. What do you guys got? You got Mason? You got anything?
Yeah, I just went live on Instagram, so I'm shooting this over to everybody over at Reds Daily. But
All right.
yeah, so Graham, I own some restaurants up in Columbus. They're it's like Chipotle but Mediterranean. But we're coming to Cincinnati hopefully in the next year. So if you really need a good pregame meal, man, you'll know where to go soon. So
There you go. There you go.
but as far as we were talking about like current hitters and things like that, what about previous hitters? I don't know if we covered that, but I know there's a big one, that just left the team. But are there any other players in the Reds' history that you might have distinctly maybe avoided?
I don't. It's just, I mean, it's hard for me to say yes because I'm the guy that's like, I'm up for any challenge. I just don't care. Like you can put whoever in the box and I'm going to go after them. So I would say, I think a really fun at bat would have been against Barry Larkin or Eric Davis.
Oh yeah.
I think those would have been two real fun at bats.
That would be. Now this is gonna be the first year that we think. I mean, it's not ever yet. Joey might sign with the Reds, but what was it like being a teammate with a future Hall of Famer and Joseph Daniel, and what's it going to be like? I know you're there, but what's it going to be like, you think, without him this year? How big of how much you guys are going to miss him just in the dugout, in the clubhouse, and just him in general?
Yeah, I mean, playing with him, it was an honor to get to be around him and just see how he carried himself day to day and his work ethic. I mean, his work ethic is second to none that I've seen. I mean, that guy, even when he was hurting, was going in and trying to do everything that he can to better his body, to better himself, to be able to play and help us win. And seeing that as a young player, I felt like had a huge impact on me, just kind of helped me see like how like a veteran carries himself and how he like kind of without saying it puts that persona off on other younger players to see like, okay, like this is how you're supposed to go about your work. And so get like him not being there it's gonna suck for all of us. I mean, he's such a great teammate. I mean, he's a great vet to have, especially, I mean, it's Joey Votto. I mean, he's a great ball player. Like he has a good personality, and I mean, he's not afraid to joke around with you and all that. So, I mean, it's one of those that it hurts to see him go, but we all wish him nothing but the best and just love the crap out of him.
Exactly. Almost all Reds fans do. I mean, the thing is that I have enjoyed the later part of his career is, like you said, how funny he is. Because beginning of his career, he didn't really let the fans in or outside people in or whatever. But just how he's gotten more comfortable, I guess, in his own skin with interviews with Jim Day and stuff he does on social media and stuff like that. That I'm glad that we've gotten to see that part of Joey, because you guys already knew that part. We didn't know that part.
Yeah, I mean, he comes up with some funny stuff, and it's always great having Joey around and hearing the stuff that he has to say. I mean, for one, the dude's super knowledgeable. He's been playing in the big leagues for what was last year's 17 years, 16 years.
I think it's 17.
17. Yeah, 2007 was
his.
When he broke
so
in.
I mean, dude had 17 years in the bigs. Like hearing the knowledge that he has to pass on to us and just the stories that he has from back in the day, like it's crazy.
All right, I got one here. Let's see here. Who's the funniest player in the locker room or dugout? Which I don't think there's a difference if you're funny in the locker room or funny in the dugout, but who's the funniest guy on the team?
There's honestly a good mix. It's kind of a mix of between like TJ Friedel, Spencer Steer, And Nick Martini, when he came in at the end of the year last year, that dude is freaking hysterical. I mean, there's just a lot of good, like, you know how like you have a friend group and you can like there's a couple people that like might bounce jokes back and forth to each other. It's honestly
Right.
like it's like that. It's like they're like somebody will start it and then it just kind of like bounces around between a couple people that just make it even funnier.
So, do you guys ever just have like on the road, just have roasts? You know, you're just freaking roasting each other in the locker room, or and it's just an ongoing trick, or like how they would used to burn the shoelaces and the shaving cream and all that stuff. You guys still do that in the locker room?
I mean, like sometimes guys get like roasted by a vet if they do something stupid or something, but other than that, it's really not nothing bad.
What do you guys got? Good, Joe.
So are you tinkering with any extra pitches or anything? I know you pretty much throw a cutter, four seamer, and a slider. Is there anything you've been working on, or something that that you constantly kind of tinker with that you just haven't broken out yet, or how's anything adding to the repertoire?
So I started throwing. I changed my sinker grip last year during season, and that's what I had a lot of success with in the second half, starting to throw that in on righties. And this year, I've kind of worked on a changeup, just trying to see like what it can do. I don't know if it'll be soft enough, just because I throw it kind of hard. Like it has a good movement profile, but it's one of those like I don't know if it's going to have enough like velo drop to be as effective as it needs to be.
Does it have any the depth or anything, or
maybe? Yeah, I mean it's got good fade and drop off to it, but it's just one of those. I'm gonna have to wait and see like once I get to 100% like in game and stuff to see where it's gonna be at.
Need to get the split from Fernando Cruz, man. His split is just absolutely disgusting.
I've tried to throw a splitter. I don't know if it's just because like the way my fingers are from like because my middle finger, I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of like turned where it's like that. And so I think that's part of the reason why I cut the ball on my four seam grip. And I don't think it allows me to like really like stay behind the ball at release. So my cutter, my splitter moves like a cutter. It's not down. It's like that. And I don't need anything else going that way.
Right. Exactly.
It seems like a terrible pitch to throw. Just how much stress it puts. I know that a lot of guys that throw splitters, like they're the ones that have a lot of elbow issues too. That's read from the past Scotty Williamson. He threw almost straight nothing but four seamers and splitters, and then obviously he had Tommy John surgery. But it's especially Cruz's. Just that drop is just disgusting, and it's funny to watch guys flail on it.
There's a lot of guys that have practiced it and tried to learn to throw it. I mean, having a splitter like his, I mean, it's few and far between. Like it's one of those things. Like when people throw 100 miles an hour, like everybody's like, oh, like you have a gifted arm. Like, and that like he throws hard, but it's also like that pitch that's like your gift. Like
it's sick. It's a pitch that can make you a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'll put it to you that way. Now, I don't remember if we asked you this last time or not, but I'll ask you again. Sydney wants to know, what was it like watching Ricky Wild Thing Karcher from the dugout, which is still one of the coolest freaking interviews. He was so just gone, dude, when he got interviewed with Jim Day.
That was I wish that was the one I wish I stayed out in the dugout for.
Dude, it was funny as hell because the camera zoomed over and like everybody, they're not just leaning back, they're all on the rail. Like, go ahead, what you got? He's just not there. He's like, holy shit.
Yeah,
that's what he said. I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be one of the funniest moments last year.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. I mean, I was super happy for him. I mean that kid, I've known him for a while. Played with him a little bit in the minor leagues and during spring and all that, and he's battled some injuries and stuff and coming back from them and pitching the way he did. I mean, he's got great stuff once he harnesses it. I mean, he shows it to where he can go out and punch out the side when he goes out there. But I mean, it was awesome to see him have the success that he did that game and come out say that in the interview. It was just it was one of those things you just put the cherry on the top.
exactly. I mean, it was. I know he wasn't here for very long, but is that kind of the way he was in the locker room? Was he kind of just space cadet? It's kind of how it looked.
Yeah.
You know? That's awesome, dude.
Not surprising.
No, not at all. Not at all. Oh my goodness. All right, I got a couple questions here. It's so have you set goals for the season, like wins, innings, All-Star game, or I'm sure you have goals. What are your goals for the season?
I mean, going into it, I tend not to think about wins and losses because you can have games that you go out there and you shove and then we end up losing, and you have games you suck and you go out and the team wins.
Right.
So,
right.
it's all, to me, it's always kind of hard to base like goals on wins and losses. But I would say, like, for me, if I can go out and throw 180 plus innings and make 30 starts, like
Graham,
that.
nobody throws 100 innings anymore. Nobody throws 100 innings anymore.
Yeah, and I want to get
should.
to 200. I want to get to 200. So.
There you go. Hey, I'm here for it, dude. That shit drives me nuts. Like, oh, nobody does that anymore. I'm like, why? I'm like, back in the day, I'm gonna call myself old again here, but that was the standard was 200 innings. Now it's like if you get 100, you're like, holy crap, he pitched a lot. Is his arm going to fall off? Like, I don't think so.
Limit his innings.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah, and one thing with your delivery and everything about you, you're built for that, dude. To be honest, I mean, I think you're built to be that type of pitcher, to pitch 150, 200 innings a year.
Yeah, I mean that's my goal going into it every year. If I can have a healthy season with no random hiccups come up like last year, and go out there and make 30. However many starts, I think it's a very well possible chance that I could get to that 180, 190, 200 inning mark.
Right. So how it was your hip or your foot? I forget what.
It was my foot.
Your
foot, second metatarsal. Yeah.
Yeah. So how is that everything's good? You're 100% there, or how close are you?
Yeah, I'm full go off the mound, just starting to build up into sprint work and some agility stuff.
Awesome. Mason, you got anything?
Yeah, Graham, a quick question. Two questions for you, brother. So last time I talked to you, you were talking about playing MLB The Show with who was that? Blake Dunn was talking about playing MLB The Show with you. Abbott was talking. How often do you play MLB The Show or anything like that?
I used to play it a little bit, like when it first came out, like at the beginning of the season last year.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't know. It's one of those games. It's like I play it with my buddies and stuff, but like if my buddies aren't playing it, like I don't just go hop on it myself.
Yeah. Okay. Another question for you, brother. So I feel like pitching prospects in particular, all prospects in general are difficult, to forecast and project and things like that. But pitching prospects in particular, except for the top level guys, are there any pitching prospects in the Reds organization that you're particularly excited about?
I mean, it's hard not to be excited about all of them, I mean, there's a lot of guys that are coming up that throw gas and have some really nasty stuff. And I mean, they're just still developing and getting better along the way. So, I mean, it's really cool to see, like, especially when guys come up and have their debuts and things like that. Yeah. Like, it's cool to see the kids like work up and get into the show. And like, there's so much talent in our minor league system. It makes it nice and it makes it fun because you get to watch these kids develop and you're just like, wow, like see them in spring, whether it's in a big league game or on a backfield game, you just go back there and watch after you get done with your day. And you're just like, oh, this kid's got something.
Ooh, did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it make you feel any pressure? Like, obviously.
Graham's not scared of anybody. Damn it, Joe.
I'm just saying, knowing that the Reds have their system is pitchers are a little bit behind the hitters, but like knowing there's guys behind that are really crazy talented. That like you gotta you can't let off the gas because one of these guys are all out to get your job, out to get Hunter's job, out to get Nick Lodolo's job.
It makes me feel glad because I know they're trying to come after me. They got to catch up to me.
Good luck.
Hell yeah. Okay. Chandler here wants to. Have you met any of the new pitchers yet?
No, they haven't come in yet. They don't. Our report date is the 13th.
So are you at? Are you out there at spring training? I know you're out in Arizona. Are you actually at the facility doing stuff right now?
Yeah, like we have slotted times that we can go in to go throw and work out and all that. It's just not like affiliated stuff.
Okay, I got you. So you guys can show up there pretty much anytime you want. Like, if you decide you want to go out there in December to do something, can you show up then, or do you have to let the Reds know?
They shut down the facility. I want to say it's like 3 weeks in December, so that way, like the guys that are in rehab, like the rehab trainers and all that.
Yeah.
That way they can have time off because they work year round. So they give them like 3 weeks of it being completely shut down, and then they come back, and I think it opens up normally like January like 8th or 9th or something like that, second week of January when it starts up.
That's a silly question. What do they do with it once spring training's over? Do you even know? Is there an A team, a single A team that plays there? Is that what it is?
Yeah, the extended spring training for the younger guys, like the kids that come up from the Dominican that get moved up. They come here and play rookie ball here in AZ, and some of the guys in the draft that are coming out of rehab or in extended and things like that.
So they're always using it for something.
Yeah.
All right, Tim here says, Graham, what do you do for arm recovery after an outing so you are ready to go again for the next one?
We have a whole program, a shoulder program that we follow. I mean, everybody's different, but like I have a shoulder program that I follow to where like after a game I go in and do stuff with do some shoulder stuff with weights, and I do band workouts and forearms after, just to kind of hit all those main muscle movements that kind of help strengthen the arm back up.
You guys still ice your arms up after pitching and the elbow? No, you don't do that anymore? Really?
No.
What? See, it shows how old I am. that's what we did.
Yeah, it's like go through your arm care. Like I'll go through my arm care, and then I will go on the treadmill and I'll walk for like 10 to 15 minutes.
After you pitch 9 innings?
just to help kind of help get some lactic acid moving.
Yeah,
and then
I got you.
And then the next day is your 30-minute conditioning to flush everything out.
So you got a regimented thing you do every day to ramp yourself back up for your next start, to get your arm, your body, and everything physically ready.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. That's one Carson. Try to get here. This be interesting. What's the craziest fan autograph story you have? Have you had to sign anybody's babies or anybody's butts or boobs or anything like that?
No, I would say the oddest thing I've gotten asked to sign is a beer can.
There you go. Was it full or empty?
It was halfway.
he was in the middle of drinking it. Hey, Graham, sign this for me, would you?
Legend.
That had to be on a hunting trip. That had to be on a hunting trip.
No, it was at the ballpark.
Oh God, he was already lit up, ready to go.
I got nothing else, so hey, what?
Exactly. Let's see here. What else we got? Okay, here. Cindy's got another one. How cool is the minor league breakout game this year? And do you wish you could have been a part of something like that?
I don't know anything about that.
That makes two of us. I was hoping you did. I'm like, that'd be kind of interesting. Like, what is that? Anybody else know what Cindy's talking about? Because
it's like a new like futures type game. You just get like the top prospects in all the league, and they just get together and play. From what I understand, I could be wrong. Huh. But
isn't that the reason for the futures game before the All-Star game?
Right, but I think this, right. MLB was hyping it up, so I'm sure they had some reason for it.
Actually, it occurs in the middle of spring training, 14th to the 17th in March.
Is it on TV or something?
I figure that it would be.
They'll probably have cameras there, yeah.
I've heard of it, but now I'm just looking it up as we speak right now. It's actually, I guess they're picking the best prospects from each team. So the Reds are going to play the Reds prospects will play the Rangers prospects. Every team's going to be paired up for a couple games, just to spotlight the best. So it's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, it's something to put on.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Something different.
MLB network. That's cool. That's very cool.
Hey, Graham.
All right, man. Good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
2 quick questions for you, brother. Have you seen or heard about that new Dominican facility, that big Reds like palace that they built that no one really seems to talk about? Dude, check this out. I don't know if you guys can see it on my phone here. Look at this massive facility that's got the Reds logo. You can just look it up. Look up Reds facility Dominican. This thing's like a palace, dude. And I talked to some of the Dominican players. I'm like, guys, so I'm going to go down there and cover it probably in December. But no, it hasn't gotten any coverage. This thing's massive.
That is.
It's probably because it's got housing and stuff all involved with it as well.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I think.
But it looks nice. It looked nice.
Yeah.
It looks like a resort. Goodness.
Yeah.
I guess it's not now. I guess it's not in the best area, but who knows? So, okay, Graham, another question for you, brother. So, we're gonna come up to spring training and get a little coverage. We'll probably be there for about a week or so. In your opinion, what would be the best time for someone to come to spring training, like one of us, for example, to get some coverage and stories? Would it be in the beginning when the hope and excitement and the position battles might be at their, the onset? Or would it be later in spring training when things have kind of settled, guys have some more time to breathe, maybe even think about things a little bit more? What would be your opinion on that?
I would say earlier on, just because like if you get there a little bit before game start, it's a little bit easier, just at least for us, because once games get going, like guys got to go in and practice, and some of them got to go play, some of them got to stay and do other stuff, do more practice and then work out. And so it's just once you kind of get into like in the game during spring, it just kind of makes it a little bit harder just for our timing, just because we don't. It's just a little bit tougher. Don't
focus on the job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. I would love to go out there, but that's probably not in the cards for me. I know Mason's going out there, and Joey Carr from ZTV is going to be out there too. So hopefully those guys go out there. They'll send me some cool stuff, and I can put it on the show. Anyway, Graham, you've been on for 51 minutes. People are wanting to know when we're going to do this giveaway. So I figure let's do it now. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
All right, here it is. The Wheel of Names. Eric Little, congratulations! You are the winner of these two. You got the cards up there, Mason. These two cards that Mason will be getting out, out to you.
So we have a numbered out of 150 Graham Ashcraft Blue Wave autograph rookie card. Super cool card. I'm sure Graham remembers signing that one. And then we've also got the Topps Inception. This is out of 149. And this includes a game used jersey or memorabilia. Graham, I wanted to ask you that, man, because on the back of this thing, all these cards say it was worn by the player, but we can't guarantee what game, whatever, this huge disclosure. Do they like make you wear an armband or something and then they cut that up, or what is that thing?
I don't know. I don't know if they get it like after the games from the clubs, like if they have to send a certain amount of jerseys after games, like socks and pants and all that.
Do they do DNA test on it, saying, "Hey, Graham definitely wore this"? It's got your sweat on it.
Well, I mean, they'll have like a little authentic stamp that goes on the tag after the game.
I gotcha. That's cool.
Okay.
Well, again, congratulations to Eric Little. You are the winner of those two cards. Guys, we've been on for 53 minutes. Graham, dude, I appreciate you, man. I know you're not comfortable laying on the bed there, chilling in Arizona, but I appreciate you, dude. This has been so much fun, and hopefully I'll actually get to meet you in person this summer. I would love to do that sometime.
Oh, yeah. Sounds good, man.
All right, man. Well, have a good
Graham.
season, and
Thanks,
we'll try to get together and do something during the season or whatever, but I won't bug you. I'll just reach out every once in a while.
I appreciate y'all for having me. Thank you.
Thanks, Graham. Take it easy, buddy. See ya.
We'll see
See
you.
you guys.
All right, guys, that was pretty cool. Graham's fucking cool as hell.
Cool
he
dude.
just sit there, just
Incredible
chill and
guy.
talk with us. He is awesome. So, Mason,
Real quick, giveaway winner. I
Yeah, go ahead.
need information. I need address, And that's actually it. I just need your address.
I'll get it all to you.
Okay.
Joey, we'll get it to you. So what do you got going on with Reds Daily here? Anything cool? Because we talked about all three of us here. We're about doing something at the AC or doing something down at the banks or anything like that. But you got anything cool? If people don't know what Reds Daily is, you can explain it to them.
Hey, what's up, guys? If you don't follow Reds Daily, you definitely should. We're the #1 page on Instagram for the Reds. We just post cool stuff, Red stuff. If you love those two things, we're the page for you. Yeah, right. Highlights, we'll do interviews, we'll do engagement with the players and things like that. We also have a lot of engagement from a lot of the younger players. So we also do giveaways every week. So, I don't know. I have a whole treasure trove of just cards, all these autographs. So you guys know Rhett Lauder and pretty much anybody you can think of. We've got some autographs from them. In fact, I was thinking, guys, if the people in the comments are interested, we could probably give away a couple more cards here. If I don't know, is anybody still on? They are,
we got 18 people watching right now. It says.
Okay, all right. If some
can
of
I
those,
throw my name in the comments just to add myself to the
go ahead, Joe. Go ahead. Yeah, so we do giveaways every week. In fact, right now we're doing a giveaway on Reds Daily on Instagram. Anybody can participate, Joe included. So you just go on there. We posted a video with the mailman. You guys familiar with that mailman?
Yeah, the Bengals mailman. Yeah.
Yeah. He's more popular with the Bengals community. Dude's got like 1 million followers, by the way.
I know. I know. It's ridiculous. It's crazy.
People love him. But anyways, we partnered up on a giveaway. So here are the cards for that one. We're doing a Matt McLain out of 300.
Matty Bats, baby. Matty Bats.
Autograph rookie card. Hunter Green, 1988 Topps Baseball retro style autograph card. That's a cool card. I love that.
I actually had that whole set over there of the actual. Yeah, the 88. That was my wheelhouse. I got that. Whole set
man, hey,
over there.
Well, I've got a couple of them actually. They did that every year. They go back. I think it's like 30 years. This is the Larkin from that set. Yep. They're cool, dude.
I had that actual card.
Oh, do you? Okay.
I kept getting Ted Power cards in my 1988. Like every goddamn pack I opened up, Ted Power, like fine, he was a decent red, but always I had about 75 of those cards.
That's what you had to play the card. Remember the flip card? You had to get the numbers. Yeah. That's what I sucked at that game. I would lose.
Last card, boys, and this is the crown jewel of this week's giveaway. Ellie De La Cruz autograph with the game used jersey in there. That's
I want that one.
That is sexy.
Yeah, I want that. No, you're not. I want it. I was clearing that. Just kidding. Kidding. So what do you want to give away here for the last 5 minutes of the show or whatever?
Guys, shoot the comments up, and then Jeff, I don't know if you can pop them up so we can see them, but throw out some names. I've got a ton of prospects in particular, but if you've got, I've got a lot of other ones as well. And I can start naming some names off too. But we'll see which comes first.
There we go. Ellie's first.
Ellie. Oh, boy. That's my boy Josh. Put me right in the spot. Josh, if you want an Ellie autograph, go Alfredo Duno.
Oh,
Carson.
Man.
Oh, Carson.
That's going to be a dude.
Carson's from Instagram, and I know he's interested in Alfredo Duno. He wins an Alfredo Duno autograph card. I've got him all over the place. Give me a second. I can find one. Noelvi. Okay, Xander. You win. Jorge. Xander, you've won both.
Hip hip Jorge.
Congratulations. So this is a Carlos Jorge autograph card. Me and him partnered up on a post a week ago, which was pretty cool. So congratulations. Graham Ashcraft. That's a well-timed one. I will have to see if I have another one on hand. I believe I do. If I do, it's yours.
There you go. I don't know who the hell this dude is.
Hector Rodriguez.
He is sexy. That dude, guy is sexy.
And congratulations, Joe. You win a Hector Rodriguez autograph card. That dude is someone to pay attention to.
Absolutely. He tore it up. He was sitting in the middle of the lineup in the Caribbean League on a pretty stacked team, too. So he was, the numbers he put up in Florida State League is not an easy
at 19
put numbers up. Yeah,
at
exactly.
18 or 19.
He's still a teenager. He's a kid.
Yeah, he's 2 years younger than everybody else in the league at least.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, on that team they had a stacked team on their team as well. That roster they had Sal Stewart, Carlos Jorge, all these guys. So Jeff, anyway, so
Cam Collier.
Cam, and who's got so much. and they're all young too.
Everyone's down on. What are your thoughts? Everyone's down on Cam Collier because he wasn't terrific. Second half of the year, he picked it up. I think people are sleeping on him. He's got so much talent. He was younger than the younger guys. He was 18 all last season,
right.
And he's playing against 21-year-olds. I as much as excited as I am about South Stewart, about Hector Rodriguez, Carlos Jorge, the rest of the guys, I still think Cam Collier is going to be just an absolute monster hitter, no matter whether he's with the Reds and works his way up, or whether they use him as a trade to for another starting pitcher. That guy is an absolute beast in training right now.
So it's funny you say that, Joe. So it makes me think about an interview I saw Joey Votto had with his old teammate Frazier and his podcast. I don't know who he's on there with, but Joey was talking about coming up and how he talked to Griffey, and Griffey was like, he's like, what's some advice you have for me? And Griffey was like, just have fun, man. That's it. Just have fun, and you'll do well. And he's like, dude, it's not like that for me. Like, I didn't grow up.
That's Ken Griffey Jr., man.
Yeah,
Right.
like my swing isn't like perfection.
Perfect.
Like, like the way yours is. And I didn't like grow up at 6 years old with like, I don't know, Johnny Bench playing toss with me and like Joe Morgan showing me how to steal a base.
Right.
Little different.
Yeah, this guy. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. Griffey's very, very talented, but he did have that nurture about as well as you could imagine. So, anyways. Joe, so Joey had basically said such a cool story. He said, I never considered myself good. So I've had to outwork it my whole career. And he even called out Frazier. He's like, look, you had such a big peak, man, but what happened? You were so good for so long since you were a kid. You were in the Little League World Series, but maybe I think he was inferring you rode that talent too hard and didn't work hard enough. And what makes a really special player is when they have both, when they have that natural talent and they have that work ethic. That's when you see that long, beautiful career, and not these all-stars who win a home run derby and that's it. Yeah. So anyways, to answer your question, Joe, I am also still high on Cam Collier, and I watch, baseball card prices a lot. As you can tell, I'm big on the cards. His cards have really fallen off, but that guy.
Mistake.
Who's his dad?
Mistake. Exactly.
The
guy's had a hitting coach since the day he popped out of his mom's, what?
Right. Exactly. He's a very talented, long-time player. So, I mean, anytime you have that, if you look at a lot of the top prospect nowadays, there are a lot of second generation. So I think he's got that. He's also got some talent himself. So as long as he works on that skill, and I follow him and I've talked to him, it looks like he is really working on it this year. So I agree with you. My thought is he'll do well.
Yeah.
So.
It's just ridiculous of how much talent. I keep saying this every time I talk about the Reds, but it's true. How much talent that is on the team now, and how much is throughout the minor league system. I mean, it's not like this is going to stop anytime soon. I mean, they have to trade a ton of people to ruin this. They've done such a good job of drafting and developing. This is the best that I'm 48 years old. It's the best I've ever seen the Reds minor league system be ever. Ever. I mean, from it's not just, all right, we're developing hitters. Because that's kind of the way it was. We developed hitters back in the 80s. We never really developed a pitcher. Tom Browning was pretty much the only one.
Mario Soto, maybe.
Mario Soto.
Yeah,
really
Tom Browning to Brett Tomko. There was nobody in between. And both those guys were fine. But neither of them, these weren't Cy Young Award winners.
I mean, we got Hunter Green and Graham Ashcraft, Abbott. I mean, all these guys, they drafted them and developed them, and we got more guys behind them. So
all these guys graduated, and they're still in the top 10. I mean, they graduated 6 guys last year after graduating 3 or 4 guys the year before, and there's still more guys going to graduate this year, and it's actual depth. This is how you sustain, and hopefully the Reds can be like the Guardians, be like the Rays, and just have this churn.
Right.
Every year, you just keep spitting out guys. I mean, the Guardians trade pitchers every year, really good starting pitchers, because they have guys to replace them. Now, granted, their hitters suck, but they figured something out, at least developing pitching. So it's, if you can do this, and the Reds are never going to spend like the Dodgers, even like the Cardinals, who are more comparable, in terms of market size, they're never going to spend that much. So if you can at least just keep the guys churning and keep guys coming up, so when they leave or when you trade them to, for prospects, which I'm not a gigantic fan of, but I get it. That's how you keep the, you keep the thing running, and you
You
keep
know,
a
you
competitive
don't have
team year
the
after year.
short
Yeah.
thing we had from 10 to 13 where it was
Yeah.
over, and
Yeah.
it was over like we couldn't afford to pay all these guys, and we had nothing behind them. It's not that we're even if God, I hate to say it, but even if Ellie leaves, we got people that could replace him, which.
Well, or even if Ellie were to flame out, I mean, he's far from
Right.
a finished product. So
True.
I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so
He's got
if
a
he busts out,
consistency.
if he never flames or if he never pans out, there's guys behind him. It's not like, oh shit, this guy didn't make it. Like now we've got a gaping hole in our lineup, like Nick Senzel was for several years because they had no one else to push for, to push for a spot.
Joey, are you suggesting there's shortstops behind Ellie in the system?
There are a couple. There's like 3 at every level that are highly rated. I mean, everybody forgets Ricardo Cabrera. He was like the biggest shortstop prospect 2 years ago when they signed him out of Venezuela. Sammy Stafuro was a first-round pick. Now the Reds have the second pick coming up in this year's draft. Where who are your best? Who usually goes in the 2 spot? Either best starting pitcher or high school shortstop.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Are there any other prospects you guys are really excited about, or like looking for
Arroyo
more
is the one I'm
information?
excited about. I can't wait to see. I know he's got a hit and all this stuff. That's the one.
Chase Petty.
Yeah, Chase Petty's another one. That'd be another one. But Arroyo, I want to see him field. I've never got to see it. I want to see him play shortstop because I heard he's smooth as hell.
Yep.
That's what I want to see.
He's real smooth. I was talking to a Dodger scout actually who had some really interesting insight on some of these things. Hey Carson, my guy, congratulations! You also won a Leonardo Balcazar autograph card. I've got one right here, my guy. So okay, all right. Now Carson's reaching, but now he's reaching. I mean, we'll do another one soon. We did a Rhett Lauder autograph giveaway recently. I've got a couple. I'm thinking about doing them all at once.
Yeah.
But anyways, this Dodger scout was talking to me up in I was at a Columbus Clippers game against the Bats. When Joey was playing with Louisville briefly.
Right.
And which was interesting, by the way. We got to see him on the field. But he was saying that
you got all the field.
yeah, we get the press passes. So we get press passes to
I
teams.
need to get that.
Hey Jeff, that's what I'm saying. We got to work together.
Yeah. We are. That's why we get done. Just stay on. We're talking after the show's over. So.
Yeah, we'll make some stuff happen. I saw your name, Strawberry Ice. I was like, that's a match. That works with the brand.
Exactly.
So, but anyways, this guy was saying that basically the Guardians actually pushed and started this initiative where they basically threw the book out on physique. And they started not looking whatsoever about how tall a player was, what kind of frame he had, what kind of muscle he had, what kind of potential they think he could have in the future as far as size. And they and when you look at their prospects, I mean, they were all like very short.
Right.
But look at the past though, and it's interesting. And he said it's worked very well for them, and a lot of teams are starting to replicate that. And you talk about some of these players, Joe. Hector Rodriguez and Jorge. I mean, these are shorter guys. Yeah. But how tall is Pete Rose? You know what I'm saying? The number one hit leader of all time. How tall is that guy? I mean, he's 5'9" or
5'9". He's shorter than I am. Well, look at Jose Altuve.
Yeah,
he's 6 foot. He's 5 foot nothing.
He's 3'2".
Yeah, he's really short.
He was an extra on The Hobbit.
I did see his name in the credits. That's funny to say that. Which is so interesting, though, because you think about that, and at first, like, well, come on, you have a guy like Ellie, a specimen, of course, But when you actually look at some of the top players across the league's history, there's something else. That it's not just about physique. And actually, I think that is even an even better story. But a lot of these younger guys, I'm looking at Balcazar's card. He's 5'10", Cabrera, I don't think is very big either. So I think the Reds, and I'm guessing here, I think the Reds may have adopted that when you look at some of their recent moves. I think they might have thrown the book out. Ellie, by the way, they signed Ellie before he
grew.
And
he was 6 foot, I think, when they signed him.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, his physical attributes, he just got lucky because it happened after they signed him. So I mean, and this is one thing I want to ask you, Macy, before we get off here. And this is one thing that I've said, with the abundance of shortstops that we have, and Arroyo could be the next one up as long as he hits. And we don't have an outfield. I mean, we don't have as many outfield prospects. We have some, but not as many. I think, and I can see this, Ellie moving to center field eventually. That's the position, and people keep saying I'm crazy. I'm like, dude, with his length, his size, his speed, his arm, he's freaking Ken Griffey Jr. out there, dude. I mean, you watch him just track a ball when he's catching over shoulder at shortstop. He can track a ball in center field. He's already got the talent and speed. What's your thoughts on that?
Dude, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, the only thing I could think of, and I haven't talked to anybody on the Reds about this, but the only thing I could think of is injury. You know, center field is a position where people get injured a little more often. And especially if you're a taller player, they also tend to get injured more often. And Ellie, again, was 6 foot, 6 foot, like 5 or something?
6'5", 6'6", something like that.
6'6". I mean, so, you know, shortstop is a position, they have the ultimate call. So at the end of the day, if he runs out into the outfield, he can tell the center fielder to back off. You know, he can tell everyone. So he has that domain still while being at a position where it could be potentially safer for him injury wise, but also he can get out there. You know what I mean? When you look at the fastest throw of all time across all of MLB history, but since we've tracked it, as an infielder, he has it. And when you look at where he threw it, he was in the middle of like left in center field. So, you know, I agree with you. I think traditionally center field would probably make sense. But I also think that the Reds have adopted an approach with Crawl where it may be like what happened with the NBA, where positionless stop making sense. I mean, LeBron James played point guard, center, you know, every position there was. And it's more about getting the top athletes. And look, if they're really a talented guy and they've all played everywhere throughout their life, they can go out there. Steer played how many positions last year? And I wouldn't even peg him as the most athletic. So I think that's probably a little bit more of where the Reds are with it, and that depth, because they got so hit with it last year.
Right.
We didn't have it. I think we have more depth. We're in the playoffs, 100%.
Oh, absolutely. If our pitching staff stays healthy, dude, we're winning this freaking division.
Luke Weaver got 21 starts.
Yeah.
And was just an absolute gas can. I mean, just... And you kind of felt bad for the guy that, like, he just kept getting out there, just getting absolutely abused like a batting tee. And he still won. He had like 8 starts in a row where his ERA was over 9 or something silly, and the Reds were undefeated. I've never seen that before.
And they kept him in the games too. He'd like get shelled, dude. He'd give up like 7 runs, and they'd be like, "Sorry, bud. You
gotta stay out there. Suck it up."
They had a couple of those where they just let guys absolutely just get, you know, just wear one because just needed to get innings.
And I don't think we're ahead that this year. I think we got enough depth with the bullpen, the guys we signed.
It happens. I mean, you get in a stretch of like 14
well, not
games
as many
in a row
times.
or
That happened
something
a
like
lot
that,
last year.
Yeah,
I mean, we had at least 4 or 5 games.
September.
We had at least 4 or 5 games where an infielder came in and pitched.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, those games like, all right, we're done. You know. Yeah. So, anyway, guys, we've been on for an hour and 12 minutes. I appreciate you guys coming on. Stay on afterwards. There, Mason, we'll have to talk. Joe, you can hang out too if you want. But anything you guys want to plug before I let you go? Joe, I'll let you go first.
I didn't have an episode this week because I was near death for a couple days. And I wasn't that bad, but I was just absolutely feeling like ass.
Now he's coming back from the dead. He's rising like the Undertaker.
Do the look, Joe.
Yeah, do that.
I can't do that. I can try to choke slam somebody, but I don't know how well it's going to work.
I'd pay for that.
Or
I'd pay to watch that.
Tombstone and break somebody's neck. And
I think I pay to watch
that. So
I pay to watch to see Joe get choke slammed. That'd be awesome. Anyway,
a lot of people would pay to watch that. My wife would be first in line.
Right, exactly.
Please don't. I mean, Riverfront, since you guys know where to find us, the Bengals show, all that fun crap. I'm on here enough. You guys know me. I'm around.
Yeah, well, just get the hell out of here then. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Hey, Joe, add me on Instagram, brother. Okay, Reds Daily.
I don't have Instagram, but I will find a way to get in touch with you.
Sounds good.
I'll go through Jeff for you.
Okay.
I'll be the middleman.
Perfect.
All right, Mason. Dude, first time meeting you, actually face to face, so I'll talk to you a couple times, but appreciate it, man. And so how did everybody who won the extra cards on here, they just got to DM you on Insta, or how you doing that?
Yeah, so I was writing the names down as they came up, but and then if you'll be posting this so I can have access to it as well, right?
Yeah, it's on YouTube, Facebook, all that stuff. It's already up there.
Perfect. And then their names will be on there. So, but yeah, they do have to message me their address, otherwise I can't.
Hey, where you at? Go get the cards.
Yeah, I had one guy message me like, "Hey, I never got them." I was like, "Dude, in the chat, it was like, hey, I need your address. Hey, I need your address. I need your address." And
He
it's,
goes, Then all of a sudden he goes, "Dude, you never sent me the card." Like, you have to give me your address.
they don't just appear. Yeah. So, but yeah, I always mail them out within a week, and I do tracking. So
Exactly.
because sometimes, dude, we do a giveaway every week, but I also just give a bunch away as I can. And we have one card. I'm in Columbus, right?
Yeah.
This guy won. He goes to Ohio State. He probably lives 3 miles from me. I still mailed it out, the standard way, and I watched the tracking. It went to Cincinnati, and then it went to Michigan.
What?
And dude, there's a reason I get tracking every time. It's crazy.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's the U.S. Post Office for you, man. Oh,
Great.
Hey, make sure you guys go follow Red Deal on Instagram. They got like a lot of cool stuff on there. We are definitely going to be collaborating, doing some cool things here this year with the Reds. Guys, this is going to be a fun season. I cannot wait. Anything else you want to plug before I let you go there, Mason?
Guys, follow Reds Daily on Instagram, YouTube. We just started our Facebook, so we're at like a grand total of 30 followers, I think.
Woo! Big time, baby.
Yeah, let's go. I know Jeff's big on Facebook. He's basically the king in Cincinnati. So, we're excited to work with you a little bit closer, Jeff. And guys, you'll see us at games, and you'll see us wherever you see Red stuff. So,
Drinking out of beer bats.
hey, we're doing a lot of BBC this year. Beer bat challenges. Find us at the games.
I got mine over there.
Your BBC's over there.
My beer bat's over there. Yep.
Okay, great. So lots of autographs for you guys to win. So just tune in.
Awesome. Thanks, Mason. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, thanks, guys.
See ya. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. That was a freaking blast talking to Graham. Graham is a cool dude. Joe's okay. Don't worry about Joe. Yeah. Mason, I really like Mason. I think I like Mason better like Joe. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. All right, so I said this at the beginning of the show. I'm starting a Patreon channel. Tomorrow, exclusively on my Patreon, is going to be my interview with John Sadak, Reds broadcaster. So first time I've got to talk to him. First time he's ever been on the show. So if you're going to pay for the Patreon, I figure I'd give you something that somebody has never been on my show before. So it's going to be John Sadak on tomorrow. So make sure you go to Patreon, look up Sports Strawberry Ice, click on it, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it because I think eventually we're going to move toward, there's going to be more stuff on, there's still going to be free stuff. Don't get me wrong. I'm still doing free stuff, but there's going to be more stuff on the Patreon for you guys to enjoy there. But thanks for watching. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share it out everywhere. That's the best way to get my stuff out there. So only ways for you to share. But I am live streaming on ZTV, YouTube, Facebook, X, Rumble. I'll be pulling this out later on tonight. Put on the podcast. It's on BeanPod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. Leave a 5-star review in the comments so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. You can also follow me on all those Instagram, Threads, TikTok. You guys are awesome. Facebook is, like you said, Joe Mason said my Facebook's been blowing up. That's the one I've been doing the longest. So I appreciate all the follows on there and everything. This has been a fun show. Tomorrow I got 2 shows. So the one's gonna be on Sadak's gonna be on Patreon, and then I got the Godfather, Anthony Kazinza from Cincy Jungle will be on tomorrow at 5:30. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. And ready? Throw it up. That's just sports, baby. See ya!